Okay, so before I start this video, I just want to say that this is my opinion. This is from my point of view. This is just something that I came up with, something that I've been thinking about when it comes to the life path number 8. So with that being said, I want to say that the life path number 8 is not about money. I repeat, life path number 8 is not about money. The life path number 8 is about abundance, energy, karma, personal karma. When I say karma, I don't mean bad luck. I mean you get back what you give out. The life path number 8 is about infinite potential. It is about structure, having structure, being practical, while also maintaining the balanced connection between the physical and the spiritual. Now, self-discipline. It's also about having self-discipline. Responsibility, accountability. You can't eat too many cookies at night, or you're not gonna feel right the next day. Self-discipline. Temperance, patience. It's also about a momentum. Think about a pendulum. Like a pendulum builds momentum as it swings, and it swings from this side to this side at an equivalent rate. So it swings to this side and it swings back to that side at an equivalent rate. Meaning that as the life path 8, you can gather a lot of potential from momentum. That's what I meant to say. You can gather a lot of momentum as a life path 8. You can gain a lot of momentum if you're thinking positive. Because, see, the more you think positive, the more momentum you gain. The more you do, the more momentum you gain. The more, all that stuff I just said, structure, potential, discipline, the balancing, and all of that, you can gain momentum, and it can carry you to stronger vibrations. Now, on the reverse side, you can think negative, and you can lose momentum. And your pendulum, instead of swinging like this, you start swinging like this. So, keep that momentum going. That's good for you. Positive momentum. Think positive. 8s are business-minded people. CEOs, business executives, business advisors. The reason I say we, because I'm a life path 8, that's why I make these videos, because I want to help other life path 8s understand what's going on with their life path, So as a life path 8, you can have a senior position, but that comes from, don't be arrogant. It's not about being egotistical. That comes from your skill sets that you gain when you mature as a life path 8, because you tap into all these infinite potentials that you have, and you can grow into these positions. Or you can not grow into these positions, and you can just stay in that low mindset, feeling like you got lack of, or feeling unhappy, or feeling frustrated, or whatever. So now you can become abundant by practicing these things and applying these things to yourself. Doing these things can help you to become abundant. You can become financially abundant. Yes, you can. But it's not about money. So don't think that, I'm a life path 8, I'm going to be rich. I'm a life path 8, man. Forget what y'all talking about. I'm going to get this money. Like, no, don't look at it like that, because you just an 8, so you attract abundance anyway, as long as you thinking positive. And see, when we say abundance, we mean Abundance means everything: emotional abundance, physical abundance, mental abundance, spiritual abundance. Everybody don't want to be rich. Some people want to be loved. Some people want to have peace. Everybody don't want to be rich. We all want different things. So an abundance for you might be in a different abundance for somebody else. Just because y'all both got the life path 8 don't mean that y'all both desire material possessions or material finance, you know. So, I'm just saying, apply those things to yourself and you can become physically, financially abundant is what I meant to say. You can become financially abundant, Like I said, infinite potential, structure, self-discipline, inner strength. You have to find your inner strength. Balance the physical with the spiritual. Keep your momentum going. Keep that positive swing of the pendulum going. Be careful with your karma. What you give out, you get back. Set boundaries. All of these things can help you become financially abundant, if that's what you want. It can help you become emotionally abundant, if that's what you want. It can help you become mentally abundant, if that's what you want. Spiritually abundant, the same thing. It can lead you to these things. So that's all I really had to say about the Life Path 8 today. I just wanted to point out the fact that it's not about money. It's about balancing yourself. Having that inner strength, finding your inner strength, practicability, that stuff can help you become financially abundant. I keep saying financially abundant because that's something that I desire, but it's a higher purpose. The reason I want financial abundance is for a higher purpose. I don't want to just spend money on things. I got a higher purpose for all this money that I will obtain. Now, that's me. I just wanted to drop that off for y'all so I don't like Path 8 running around here thinking about money all the time, because it's not about money. It's about finding your inner strength, your inner power. Once you find that and you balance that out with everything, boom, stuff just start happening for you. You start thinking in better places. You start making better decisions. You stop trying to cut people off because, as 8s, we like to be independent. But just because you're independent don't mean you got to cut everybody off, which I got from this book that I want to read to y'all. It's called The Complete Book of Numerology by David A. Phillips, Discovering the Inner Self. And in this book, he talks about the ruling number 8. Now, from my perspective, it's the same as the life path because you take the birthday and, calculate it to a single digit. And then here he says, this is what he says in his book, which resonated with me pretty well. That's why I want to read it to y'all. It says, ruling number 8. Y'all see that? I don't want y'all to, I want y'all to know it's legit. Ruling number 8. These are people who regard independence as one of the most important aspects of life. They can be very complex people who invariably possess great wisdom and strength of character. Their power derives from the position of the 8 as the number of wisdom on the soul plane, as well as being the center of the arrow of activity. Ruling number 8 or birth dates of those that total 17, 26, 35, or 44. Life purpose for number 8. One of the most important aspects of love is our ability to express it. One of the most vital components to successful human relationships is a fluent expression of appreciation. It is in these two avenues of expression that ruling number 8s find greatest difficulty. Consequently, an essential feature of their purpose in life is to transcend these limitations. Growth in this direction will develop with the realization that, rather than inhibiting their independence, such improved relationships strengthen the confidence others have in them. In turn, this creates greater personal security and improved happiness in their lives, together with growth in wisdom, which is so essential to a ruling number 8. When y'all hear me say ruling number 8, just replace that with life path 8. Best expression. Seemingly inconsistent for ruling 8s is their enormous capacity for compassion and sympathetic tenderness for those in trouble. However, not always do they express themselves in this manner for long, tending to grow impatient with those who become dependent upon them. This, they feel, hampers their own independence. They have the ability to be enormously successful in business, particularly if they do not let their emotional misunderstandings interfere with their commercial decision making. Ruling 8 people are noticeably conscious of their dress, taking great pride in appearances, both of themselves and their loved ones. They are feeling people who often tend to hide their sensitivities until they become mature enough to express them. That's another thing I want to say. As 8s, we feel. We based off feeling. We go off of how we feel. Okay, distinctive traits. A strong air of independence and dependability together with a self-confident manner are distinctive of ruling 8 people. These qualities work in harmony to equip themselves for positions of seniority and responsibility in which many are found to excel. But their fierce independence can often transmute to undemonstrative attitude of coolness, bordering on indifference in the home. This is related to their difficulty in self-expression. And inhibition usually diminishes with maturity. This usually diminishes with maturity. Their inherent love for the more helpless creatures, animals, infants, the elderly, and the sick is constantly seeking expression and will instantly convert aloofness into loving kindness. Ruling 8s also possess a wealth of natural wisdom from which they learn to reliably draw from as they mature. Negative tendencies to be overcome. Their fierce independence is so strongly guarded that these people develop a deep resentment towards any form of what they regard as interference with their own plans. Therefore, great diplomacy and tact should be used by those who seek to guide them. Indeed, ruling 8 people need a great deal of guidance, especially in their handling of children. They are either overindulgent or exceptionally strict. They often find themselves in their love relationships tending to create a barrier and hold their feelings in close check. As they mature, they realize how much happier they can be with the natural expression of their loving feelings. Recommended development. Every effort should be made to overcome the undemonstrativeness they so often exhibit towards their loved ones, acting like you don't care, acting like you ain't got no feelings, acting like you don't know how to express yourself. This is the best achieved through awareness of its existence, because you do have feelings. For many ruling 8 people do not see themselves as undemonstrative. You think you don't do this stuff. As they learn to express their feelings more fluently, their happiness and personal security improve. Appreciation, expressed in the first person, is an excellent means of developing the expression of their deeper feelings. With the growth, this will develop the overall wisdom that they have tended only to express in impersonal situations, such as in business or in giving advice to each other. Yeah, we know how to do that. We know how to express ourselves when it comes to that. Their wisdom is maturity. Their wisdom and maturity will be enhanced through travel, of which they are very fond. Most suitable vocations for 8s. Ruling 8s are often found at the head of large business undertakings or as senior executives with excellent prospects. They have a sound understanding of finance and are attracted to banking, stockbroking, and so on. They will also be found as travel executive, aircraft and ship captains, teachers, and nurses to children or the elderly, working with animals as a senior figure of humane organizations. Due to their tendency to mask their natural feelings, many become successful at professional acting since that's what they've been doing all their life, which comes to them natural. Summary: they are independent, highly dependable, self-confident, undemonstrative, commercially oriented, and deeply concerned for the sick and the helpless. Famous ruling eights: John Collins, Elizabeth Taylor, Boris Yeltsin, Nelson Mandela, Paul Newman, Liza Minnelli, Jane Fonda. That's it. That's another thing I want to say. Feelings. Get in tune with your feelings. As an 8, get in tune with your feelings. Stop blocking your feelings. Stop doing that. Because your feelings going to help you get to where you're trying to get. Stop putting up boundaries around yourself, trying to keep people out so you can feel independent. Because, see, when you do that, you're cutting your independent off. I just realized this because I've been doing this for so long. I've been cutting people off. Not even realize I've been cutting people off. Work on your relationships is what I'm trying to say. As an 8, work on your relationships. Loves, friends, and family. Your children, for sure. Work also. Work on your relationships. Get that stuff in order. Because when you do that, people start to see how much powerful you are. People see how much potential you have. People see how responsible and how reliable you can be. And they start to put their trust in you. And that will grant you independence. Because now they like, oh, he could do this. He could do that. We ain't got to check on him. He know what he doing. Versus, let's go see what he know what he doing. Let's go and make sure he, you know how I can be as an 8. You know, a lot of people want to test us and see, and we can get frustrated by that. And people try to depend on us because they can sense that. You know, they can sense that inner strength we got. And like I said, if we got that abundance, we can attract abundance. So we attract a lot of things, and that interests people. And they see you like, oh. In your mind, you might think you don't got nothing going on, but somebody else might see you, and they be like, oh, he got it going on. And you like, I'm over here struggling. And they like, he got it going on. So they come to your house to use your clippers, and they come to the house to borrow your joystick for your game, and they want to borrow your books, and they want to rap in your studio because they see what you got going on. So think positive. If other people can see that, you can see it too. And don't let people take advantage of you. But do it with your feelings. Do it with the love. Protect your boundaries with the love. Appreciate the people who are in your life. Appreciate the people who help you. Don't push them away. If somebody want to help you or teach you something, let them. Don't push them away. Because that's what's going to grant you independence, and that's what's going to get you that abundance that you're looking for, no matter what it is. And I'm out. I'll see y'all next time. Holla at me.